every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left, ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me. I'm not a fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds. Because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't ever talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
I'm not trying to upset Latinos. This is said because I know my history. When I know that slave patrols were some sort of military-like-ish policing force that was going out and grabbing and disappearing people based upon their skin color, people were having to walk around and show their papers. Yeah, that is what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Kim. My middle name is Anel.
It's Mia.
I'm Enzo.
Gray Mars.
Oh, come on.
And tonight on the new party, if you are a Jasmine Crockett fan, you may be offended. If you are a Dan Bongino fan, you may be offended. If you really want to find out what happened to Savannah Guthrie's mama, you may not want to watch. I'm just kidding. But nevertheless, those are our three topics of the night: Jasmine Crockett, Dan Bongino, and where is Savannah Guthrie's mama? We're going to be breaking down all the conspiracies. But in that first clip you saw me play, Jasmine Crockett says that ICE are the new slave catchers. For those of you that are keeping up with the news, Donald Trump said today we need to honor Black History Month. So hearing a comment like that, Kamal, do you agree that ICE are the new slave catchers?
Man, Nora, I dare you even ask me that goddamn question. The new slave catchers? Are you freaking serious? Hell no. Look it. ICE is catching illegal immigrants. God damn. How many times we gotta say that? Illegal. Like slave patrols, they were catching slaves. What the hell? Like stop conflating our issue. And Jasmine Crockett, that Democratic shilling that you doing is fucking pathetic. God damn. Now, I ain't gonna argue with you about what you said about Nicki Minaj, who we're gonna play a little later, but man, this is just some bull jive right here. No, ICE is not like slave patrol catchers. This is, god damn, man. She be caping for the illegal immigrants so much. The shit is pathetic.
Well, we'll get straight into it, guys. Those of you may or may not know, TMZ caught up with Jasmine Crockett. They asked her what she thought about Nicki Minaj, and this is what she had to say.
Hey, I wanted to ask about Nicki Minaj, because she's like, very in the news these days, has like, you're doing a face right now.
We don't mess with Nicki.
You don't mess with Nicki?
No, we don't mess with Nicki.
Did you used to mess with her?
Oh, of course. I mean, you had to, but I will be clear, I have always loved Cardi more.
Okay.
And clearly my instincts were right to love on Cardi more than Nicki.
Totally. So you kind of flipped on her. What was the moment you decided that I just can't anymore?
I just don't do sellouts, especially in this moment, right? Like, things are too serious. There are too many people that are being harmed. And especially with her being an immigrant, then deciding to go and cozy up to this administration that is specifically putting targets on the backs of immigrants and anyone who stands with them. Even if they're U.S. citizens, they can catch a bullet. That is wrong. And I don't even understand how you can play with it and pretend like it's anything but wrong.
Why do you think she's doing it then?
Listen, I don't know if it's because she looking for some papers for some people, or if she's looking for them other papers, because I hear that she got family members that's got a little, a few little issues, right? And so maybe she needs them other papers, because he love to hand those out, usually at a cost, right? But going after people like Don Lemon, who I love dearly, just wrong. Like, she's just on the wrong side of history. So I hope that people remember all of this when she comes back and she's broke and she's begging for money and support, because something tells me MAGA ain't gonna do it for her.
If Nicki came out with a summer jam and you couldn't not bop your head to it, do you think you'd still have to turn it off when you're in the car and it came on the radio, or can you divorce those two things?
I think that there are plenty of people. I'll give you an example. R. Kelly, right? A lot of people took issue with R. Kelly. R. Kelly obviously is serving and doing his time right now. But something tells me that people are still bumping R. Kelly somewhere, somehow, right? I think that there are people that can divorce the art. For me, it is more so about your dollars. Are you going to support with your dollars certain things? Because it's the dollars that have given her a platform in the first place. Otherwise, Donald Trump wouldn't even know who she was. No one would know who she was but for the dollars that were used to support her that allowed her to have the platform that she has? Do you want to continue to support or elevate a person's platform who's then going to turn around and do things that are demeaning to us as a society?
It's interesting to me that like she's like the MAGA hero right now, but she's not included in their halftime Super Bowl show. You know how they're doing a Turning Points halftime show? Kid Rock is headlining. I assumed that Nicki was going to headline, but she's not even on the bill. It's a surprise. Why do you think Nicki's not on there?
She may now understand her place as it relates to MAGA, but maybe she won't. Who knows?
Okay, I mean, I gotta agree with her. Why didn't they put Nicki? I think it should have been Nicki and Kid Rock. That's just my opinion. You had the connection to Nicki. You let her come on stage and speak. But what's interesting is you want to talk about MAGA and TPUSA, but they let her go on stage and speak. All they had Megan do was go on stage and shake her ass. Mia, what's your thoughts on everything you just heard by Jasmine Crockett?
I mean, Jasmine's obviously, she's obviously not wrong. You know, Nicki Minaj is not one of the headliners for TPS USA. However, Nicki Minaj has been in a lot of legal trouble. So I don't see her doing anything overt that's going to get her a lot of money because she's in so much legal trouble. She'll have to turn that money over to the courts. So that was probably one of the bigger reasons why, even if they offered it to her, she would decline, because at this point in time, she's being sued and allegedly they may be taking her house because she refuses to pay debts and the judge is not having it. So Nicki has a lot of problems going on at this point in time. But also at the same time, I mean, it kind of, it is what it is. They're all grifters. I mean, Nicki was breaking bread with the same people she's talking shit about. So, 10, 15 years ago, she was breaking bread with them, hanging out with them, kikiing with them, going to the after party with them, inviting them into the crib, going to Nobu. I'm almost 40 years old. My memory's long. So nothing Nicki says is going to exonerate her or make her better than. She's a little piglet in the shit with them.
Not a piglet in the shit with them. All right, in this clip, this one's for Enzo. This is why she said Nicki supports the other side.
Doing it then.
Listen, I don't know if it's because she looking for some papers for some people, or if she's looking for them other papers, because I hear that she got family members that's got a little, a few little issues, right?
Oh, that's the same clip. Enzo, what do you think about everything that Jasmine Crockett said? Why do you think she's hating on Nicki so much?
I think K-pop Demon Slayer needs to actually go do something and pass some type of legislation, because she's just all talk and say, meet me outside, meet me outside. She don't do nothing besides just run her mouth the entire time. This whole Nicki bullshit that everyone's doing, that they're dropping Nicki because she's the MAGA Barbie now. They infiltrated her. She's an immigrant. She's going against immigrants. I think it's just laughable. It's typical from the Democratic Party. They're trying to keep their base by keeping these illegal migrants here, by not passing the SAVE Act in 15 states so they can retain power. That's all they want to do, and they're going to throw anybody that aligns with Donald Trump in any shape or form, and throw conspiracies out there. Yeah, she does have family members that have issues. I'm pretty sure it's her brother who just got sentenced for sleeping with like a 15-year-old or something.
His stepdaughter.
I don't know. That's what it was. Yeah. Because somebody brought it up on my live. They're like, what's the probability that you think Nicki Minaj is doing this just to get a pardon for her family members? I was like, I'm not going to sit here and dwell and say this is never going to happen. This is never going to happen. But until we actually see some valid things happen, I'm not even going to play into this. You have, because that's all the Democrats have been trying to do, is Donald Trump's pardoning all these people because he's getting favors. How is he getting favors from them? Oh, we can't tell you. We're just speculating on it. So that's all it is out of K-pop Demon Slayer's mouth. Is always just bullshit.
That K-pop Demon Slayer. Well, you're gonna be even madder when you hear about what Jasmine Crockett has to say. Gray, this one's for you. Jasmine Crockett says this about Trump.
We're living in this time in which there is someone who is occupying the White House who does not care about any rules, any norms, any laws, nor the Constitution, and we cannot be a civilized country if there is no law and order. So I know they may claim we law and order, blah, blah, blah. So go get the undocumented people and let's try to ship them out. Let me tell you something. They are not the people that are putting us in harm's way. It is him and his administration that is putting us in harm's way. I am telling you right now that I legitimately have had no intel whatsoever. Zero intel as a sitting member of Congress, regardless of how you feel about me, regardless of my party affiliation. No one has consulted specifically with me or anybody in my office to give us any information.
So, Grace, she said a whole lot. Do you agree with what she said? She basically is saying that Trump's administration is a threat to our democracy. She thinks it's a threat to law and order. What do you think about that?
Well, the first thing I say is Trump himself is backtracking on the ICE enforcement. So he himself said he should have had a softer approach. As far as Trump not following the rules, Trump prides himself on not following the rules. I feel like that's what people like Trump about, because he doesn't go with the status quo. So a lot of stuff she said makes a lot of sense with Trump, but some people are going to like that Trump is doing that. So it is basically like, of course, Jasmine Crockett is going to say that. But what I'll say about Nicki Minaj, Nicki was on the frontier of like female rap. She was the only artist in the industry. And then all these other girls came along. Cardi B came along, like started doing features with all these girls. So she was more like the girl. And so I feel like Nicki's like using this. This is just me talking about entertainment. I feel like Nicki's using MAGA to make her career be relevant again.
I mean, she's always made Christian songs though, and she's had features. So yes, she was on 2 Christian gospel artist songs, Tasha Cobbs, and there's someone else. I can't think of it off the top of my tongue. So this is nothing new. Like, she's always talked about that stuff.
Do you know what Minaj means?
Of course I know what it means. I'm just saying she was featured on Tasha Cobbs Rental, who played at the Grammys, she's the first gospel artist to play in the main stage at the Grammys. So, I mean, and I'm a lover of gospel music, so I know, like, but nevertheless.
I'm not playing Nicki in no church. I don't care how MAGA she gets.
They do play her song with Tasha Cobbs. When I've been to Christian conferences and they play her song with Tasha Cobbs.
Okay.
I've never heard that before.
You've never heard the song?
I've never. I listen. I've never really listened to Nicki like that, other than when she was doing like Young Money shit, like back like 2008, 2009 with Lil Wayne and Tyga and all them. Like those days, Nicki.
Oh, okay. I see it. Nicki Minaj, Tasha Cobbs, Leonard have collaborated on 2 gospel-infused tracks blending hip-hop and worship music to reach diverse audiences. The first one is, quote, I'm Getting Ready, end quote, 2017 on Tasha Cobb Leonard's album called Heart. And then it went #1 on Billboard's Hot Gospel Songs chart back in 2017. So, I mean, a decade ago. And then they did a second song called Blessings in 2023 on Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2.
Yeah.
Again, with this Tasha Cobbs Leonard.
One of the best gospel artists alive. I highly recommend.
And I want to add one more thing. I know you didn't think that Nicki Minaj, you're going to know a Nicki Minaj song at a TPUSA halftime show. Nobody's gonna know any of her songs.
What?
What? No, they would.
That's a good point.
No, they would know.
That's a good point. No, Gray's correct. Gray's correct. They'll probably just know her pop shit, but like, they probably don't know who Chun-Li is.
You'd be surprised. A couple of them probably do. I'd be seeing a lot of those like Christian TikTokers be using all sorts of music in the background, so I'm sure a lot of people will recognize a lot of it.
What's Nicki lyrics on these gospel songs?
I'm gonna look up the track. Let me play my other clip. We'll play it. I'll play this track since I gotta educate tonight. This one's for Kim. This is Jasmine Crockett saying that the Trump administration is against all of the left.
I just wanted to jump on because my heart is truly heavy for all of these families. The sad part is, I think that my heart is going to carry a level of weight that will continue to weigh me down as we have to continue to do our best to survive an administration that literally is against us. An administration that is doing everything.
You would think we're coming home from war, bro. Like you think we were coming home from a fucking concentration camp. Like, girl, you're eating Starbucks. You got weave on. You got the extensions. You probably got some lip filler and some tox in your forehead. Life is not that bad.
But it's the slave patrol. Remember? All along, they're gonna take us back to picking the cotton.
It's so crazy to me, dude. It is so crazy. I'm sorry. It just annoys me.
Remember, she's a good old girl from Texas.
She has like a $2,000 phone. She's online. She's popping it out. I mean, life is not that bad, bro. You look good. You're doing better than 99.9% of motherfuckers out there. What is going on?
Mm-hmm. You guys, she is just so hurt. You guys, she is just so sad. She is just so heartbroken, and she is just so sad. I got a lot of shit because when Selena Gomez did that crying face video, I gave her so much shit, and then literally whenever AOC, the perpetual victim, cries, I have it out for her, and I always get a lot of shit. But particularly the Selena Gomez crying video, I lost like 100 followers because it's like, it's just virtue signaling. They don't actually mean what they say. If they did, they wouldn't be in the Democratic Party. And then this whole Donald Trump is against the left. Okay, yeah, it's called politics. Of course he's against the left. What is that? What is she even saying? Also, can we please stop like sycophantizing? Can we stop celebritizing? I don't know if those are verbs, but like politicians. Like, I'm tired of politicians going on social media like fucking influencers, like Mia said, with their like very expensive clothing, cars, skincare, everything, trying about we're so sad. Like, no, do something about it.
I know, and there's people starving right now with no food, living in the streets, freezing to death, and we have a woman who probably has thousands of dollars of clothes on, hair, extensions. I seen her in 3 different wigs. I mean, and you're going to sit here and tell us
Selena
how tough
Gomez.
her life is?
I said, if Selena
Come
Gomez
on.
is so sad about her people, by the way, she's half Mexican. She was raised white. She has $1 billion. She can give away half of her $1 billion and help, I don't know, donate it to Chirla or some organization that helps undocumented immigrants. Like, it's not that hard. It really isn't. They're just trying to do it for attention, and then they feel so hurt when they get criticized for
So
it.
y'all
Sorry,
are saying if a person is rich, they can't feel bad for poor people?
no, Selena Gomez is a perpetual victim. She has never taken accountability for anything ever. I personally don't like her. If you're going to go on social media and cry that you are so sad that they're hurting your quote people, but you don't even speak Spanish, you weren't even raised Mexican, you just have a last name, spare me, do something about it. Lure people out of the Democratic Party. The Democrats aren't good on immigration. Educate yourself, do something about it, especially if you have the resources to do something about it. Also, Jasmine Crockett's an Israel shill. Give me a break. I wish.
Oh, don't ask her about that. She'll melt down.
I wish you would have played the clip of her freaking defending Stacey Plaskett. Oh my gosh, what a shame.
The one you sent to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Okay, well, while I get that one loaded up, I got to prove a point to y'all. Y'all went for my girl Nicki, and I have to play the gospel song. So I'll play her rap verse only.
No.
Y'all heard it. You can't say she doesn't do it. It exists.
I hate gospel rap. It's the worst.
That's a no for me, dog.
I was gonna say that wasn't her best. I don't know what you mean, but that was
she can't curse. You know, she got that demon in her. But anyways, I'm gonna play this clip. This is where somebody was saying how she's changed from before to after. This is for Kamal.
Told me that when I went down to Austin,
now it looks like a little bit over a year ago that I would be running for Congress. This is not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need. Because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey.
So Kamal, what's your thoughts about what you just heard?
Is she putting on a black accent? I'm confused. Like this
Yes, was.
yeah, like I think the thing that irks me the most about Jasmine Crockett is that you could tell that she's doing a cosplay magician play just like Kamala Harris was. Same ass thing. It's like, yo, Jasmine Crockett, you could really just talk normally how you usually talk. That's actually be better than putting on this goddamn ghetto-fied bullshit. All this, girl, yeah. We about to get this shit together for illegal immigrants. Man, fuck all that. What you gonna do for Black Americans? Because you always use our struggle. You always bring up our stuff. John never got policies, and that be the main thing. I didn't hear no policies. She's always talking about, oh, this side bad, this side bad. We know that shit. What y'all gonna do for us? Because y'all mainly get our vote. All right? But yeah, she doing all this bullshit. She get a couple of clicks on TikTok and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, she gonna take the L because there's too much evidence out there that y'all saw the top, very proper. All this, like, you feel me? And what the hell, what that shit say?
Black Lives MAGA. Somebody said Wakanda forever. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna play Kim's clip that she just wanted me to play. Oh my God, the chat's funny tonight. Y'all are funny.
Initiate that chain. Jeffrey initiated that chain, and she took the information. Just like if somebody texts me.
Yeah, but she was responding and saying, you know, what are you talking about? Quick, I'm up next. And then her questions were about Rona. But do you think that was inappropriate? I mean, would you text with someone who is a registered sex offender about what you should ask?
I honestly know that he had never been convicted of any federal crimes at that time.
But he had been in jail already.
He had been in jail.
Deal.
And my deal is this. The Republicans are constantly texting with a 34-count convicted felon. So if it's okay for them to text him at any point in time, then I'm not going to say that that's right or wrong, especially to the extent that you're talking about kicking someone off their committee. Were they sexting? Was it a matter of her being involved in the pedophilia? No.
So, Gray, you've been covering the Epstein stuff all night. What do you have to say about your girl Jasmine Crockett saying that?
I thought that was Kimberly video.
No, I want you to comment though. She's a Democrat. You're a Democrat. What do you think about what she said?
She didn't go. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, Kimberly, can you give us context? Gray can't keep. This is the problem with Democrats, y'all. I just want you to see it. Everybody but Trump and the Republicans. Blue, no matter who. Bravo. Go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, she's covering ass right there for Stacey Plaskett, who was covering for Jeffrey Epstein, her constituent, because the island was in Stacey Plaskett's in the Virgin Islands. So yeah, this is what I mean, it's not just the Democrats. The Republicans do it too, but yeah, this is called not upholding your principles. You know, uphold your principles, like even when it's being used against your side or your team. Always, please. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you when my MAGA friends do it, but in particularly this case, that's what I don't like about Stacey Plaskett, because I will say, I really am for immigration reform, and these people are like not good advocates or conduits for immigration reform, because all they do is virtue signal. And what happened?
That was for Gray, not for you.
Yeah. Oh no, I thought it was Gray because it said Gray, so I thought Gray was saying something. Yeah, but yeah, immigration reform. So
well, she had a lot to say, Kim. This is what she had to say about MAGA, and then I'm gonna let Enzo go. She went in. She's been saying a whole lot these last few weeks. She need to be passing laws.
Is that we don't care how many people get hurt. We don't care how we prostitute our service members. You know, thinking that you have your own special little army that's for you. I mean, it is sick. It is really sick, and anybody that supports it is also sick. And so, you know, we've got a mental health crisis in this country because everyone, no matter how you affiliate yourself, should be against Trump, period. This is not partisan for me. Like, I would give anything to have, sad to say, George Bush. Give me any regular Republican nowadays and I would be happy. But right now we have someone who does not care, and he is being enabled by the fact that there are, you know, people that follow him and they pump him up, as well as the people that are surrounding him. And so, you know, my heart breaks for service members, people that signed up to protect democracy and freedom, not only here, but abroad, and were willing to risk their lives. And now literally the very thing that they signed up to fight against is now their commander-in-chief. It really breaks my heart. And I don't know how far he has to go before we can come together and just say, enough is enough. Like, this should not.
Breaks her heart, yet she hasn't passed anything. Enzo, what's your thoughts? She said that you have a mental illness and you're disgusting for supporting Trump. Literally, she said it.
I think, like I said before, K-pop Demon Slayer needs to just stop talking online. She's like the Pam Bondi of the Democratic Party that's just always online talking about something and never getting anything done. Always just loud and proud for no reason, but gets nothing done and just complains. It's funny that she mentions there's a mental illness in America and that it's MAGA, when the real truth of it is the Democratic Party. How you guys claim we're in a cult that we believe everything that our leader tells us, but you guys toe the party line every which way to Sunday. You don't question your authority. You don't question your leaders. You don't question anything. I just think it's really funny. And to protect against democracy, I don't even think she would know what democracy was if it hit her upside the fucking head at this point. She needs to literally just sunset and go away, and do your job maybe, and then maybe you'll get reelected into the Senate at the end of her term now. And like, I want to touch on the whole Stacey Blasquette situation. I just think it's hilarious that you have these Democrats running cover saying, oh, was she sexting with him? Was she talking to him? It all plays into everything that has happened with Donald Trump, because she mentioned the 34 felonies. It's just kind of funny how Democrats have had contact with Jeffrey Epstein after he became a convicted sex offender in 2009, when Jeffrey Epstein had contact with Kathy Rumler, the White House counsel under Barack Obama, which led into the whole Russia collusion, which then led into Michael Cohen testifying in front of Congress, and Stacey Blasquette's the one who's questioning Michael Cohen about Donald Trump, and the Democrats are running cover for them. I just think it's hilarious. I have more questions than anything about where's the outrage for all these Democrats that had association with Jeffrey Epstein, but everybody just still wants to talk about Donald Trump. The hypocrisy just runs deep, and it just gets worse every single day with the Democrats. Me talking to them, like I'm all for just supporting all the Democrats to Epstein Island at this point. To be honest with you, like, this is just getting embarrassing for you guys.
Not Epstein Island. What about Greenland? Can we just send some of them? Not all, but
don't
some
threaten
to
them
Greenland.
with a good time.
You know what? Actually, y'all go to Minnesota, and then we take Alberta. We give Minnesota to Canada with the Democrats and the liberals, since Canada loves liberals, and we take Alberta. We get the Florida of Canada.
I said that on the morning show. I said, can Minnesota just go be a part of Canada?
I
It's
concur.
right there.
I agree.
It's right
we'll
there.
take
It's right
Alberta.
there.
51st state. We'll take Alberta.
How about we gather all the criminals and send them to an island, and we'll call it New Australia?
I love that, Kim.
Can we
Very
send them to
British
Sentinel Island?
Empire of you.
Send them to Sentinel Island.
Okay, well, the Democrats had the first half. Now Dan Bongino going to get it the next half. So Dan Bongino, for those of you that may or may not know, was the 20th deputy director. He served under Kash Patel for the last year, but he recently stepped away and he came back. He is a podcaster. He had his premiere show this week. This is what he had to say.
I want to address are the grifters out there who mistakenly thought I wasn't coming back. Now, I am back. The Podfather is back, and I'm here to take back this movement. This movement's been hijacked by a small group of dipshits and bums and losers who are nothing but doomers under the frame of accountability. I'm all about accountability. I just showed you what we did or what we didn't. Did I not? I'm not sitting here going, hey, trust me, bro. I showed you. If you like it, great. If you don't, that is absolutely your constitutional right. You paid for it to go out and go, that sucked. I would have done something different. Okay, but you didn't. You didn't do anything different. I'm not sure if you volunteered to serve or not, but you didn't. You sat in the front row with your popcorn, ankle biting, throwing this popcorn at the ring at two guys in there sparring away, fighting for this country while you did shit. You just talked about it. So you didn't do anything. Now, I'm back on the air. I'm not going to take on every single thing in one day in one show, but I'm telling you right now, your bullshit, I'm done with it. The grifter bums, all you guys are a class of doomers. Everything sucks all the time. You would have done it different. You didn't do shit. You did nothing. You didn't volunteer. You didn't ask. You didn't give up your show to do. You did nothing. All you did was bullshit people and say, nothing's happening. And then when we tell you, oh, it just happened, you move on to something else you say is not going to happen. And then when that happens, you move on to something else. You want to critique it, say you would have done better, step up. Step up. Go.
Kim says she need a cleanse after this. Mia, what's your thoughts? Did he live up to your expectations as the deputy director for the FBI?
I mean, on one hand, I wish he would have done more, or I guess I wish I would have seen him more. I mean, we saw Kash Patel all the time. However, I understand that ultimately, Dan Bongino you only have so much power. You know what I mean? He is not the director. He's not the orchestra of what's happening and what's going on. I believe he comes from a place of good. I mean, he was a New York state police officer, and then he was an instructor for Secret Service, and then he was on Secret Service detail for not one, but two presidents. So there's not a shadow of mind that he is a good man and that he does love this country and he wants to see us do well. However, I just wish maybe he could have done more, or I guess maybe we could have seen him more. Because the fact of the matter is, I'm not a Quantico. I don't know what he was doing on his day-to-day basis. However, I am not impressed with Kash Patel or Pam Bondi and half of the picks that are playing out right now. So,
yeah, that's Mia. You bring up some good points. People said that he flipped, and people are like really angry with him. In this clip right here, this woman explains why she's upset.
I want to address are the grifters out there who mistakenly thought I wasn't coming back. Now,
is it play? Oh wait, hold on.
Why do you always do that?
It's not me, it's the system. Like, you can write me that privately. Thanks.
Who are nothing but doomers under the frame of accountability.
Now, I didn't watch your show, but I did catch the clips on X, as always, and you didn't address anything that the people wanted, and you know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. Specifically, everything that's happened over the last 48 hours. You wanted accountability, but you were in a position to hold people accountable, and you didn't do it. You want to accuse us of not doing anything but sitting around eating popcorn as if we didn't lose hundreds of accounts, as if we weren't censored for 4 fucking years under this, as if we weren't demonetized and lost out on financial gain from any of this because of big tech. Big tech, who you also didn't hold responsible. They're eating babies, Dan Bongino. But you knew that, didn't you? Because you saw the documents. They've been doing it for years. And you did nothing. And now you're coming back here and you're going to yell at all of us because we hijacked your movement. We never wanted your movement. We didn't leave the movement and hijack it, okay? You all left us. You talked about a little bit later in this interview that you had information, but you could not share it because it was under investigation. But you owed it to the American people who paid your salary, and you admitted that we paid your salary, that you weren't going to disrupt those investigations. There are no investigations. There are none. You know it. I know it. We all know it. But here's the thing is, I'm not even super fired up. This is kind of par for the core for what a lot of us had expected you to come out and try to do. And when I say try, I mean try. Okay, because this has to be massively hard for you. Or maybe it's not, and you're just that big of a narcissist. It would be hard for any of us who are doing things for the right reasons, who have always tried to do things for the right reason. You called yourself the Podfather? Is that? I actually feel kind of bad for you because I may not be worth $150 million. Okay, I may not be worth $150 million, but I have my integrity, which I hold dear to anything that anybody could ever give me. And you don't. They own you. And that solidified for me when you brought Donald Trump on as your guest. You don't have any control over what you say, what you do, what kind of show you're going to put together. You have no creative control. You are going to say what they want you to say. And you're not stupid. You know this all has been going on. You know for a fact that arrests need to come, that accountability needs to, but you didn't do it. Instead, you attack us as if that's some kind of flex, first of all. And secondly, nobody believes in voting anymore. If you lose midterms, it's your fault. I'm never voting again. Do you hear? That's not going to happen. After everything. Now, a lot of us have been in this since 2020. A lot of us knew of all of this since 2020. Okay, so to have it come back up and to see the left kind of get on board and to see everybody else from the right start to get on board, we're not a small group of people anymore. And there's more and more joining our side every single day. Every time the Republicans drop the ball or don't hold people accountable or gaslight people, which is exactly what you did in this segment, every time that happens, more and more people leave your movement. And you can blame us and you can be mad and you can rage and you can say all the good talking points, but nobody's buying it anymore. These people, they don't worship the same God that we do. So when they get up there with their little awards or their fancy new legislation and they thank God that they got it and thank God that I got this, just know that it's not the God that you think it is. They worship demons. And anybody that is still pushing this left or right paradigm, okay, is on their side. The people are awake, Dan. And you don't get to sit with us. And that sucks for you because it's pretty incredible. It's not $150 million incredible, okay? But it's still pretty incredible.
So Enzo, what do you think about what she said? Like, do you think it's don't sit with us? Like, do you think that MAGA has a right to be upset about the Epstein stuff? What's your thoughts?
My whole thing with the whole Epstein thing is no one's going to get charged to begin with because it's all past the statute of limitations unless Congress changes a law to prosecute these people. That's the only way people are going to be held accountable for it. And I've been singing the same tune about this from the beginning about the whole Epstein debacle. Yes, there's credible evidence in there, and that's why James Comer he subpoenaed Hillary Clinton as well as Bill, and now Bill Gates is the newest one that's coming out. He said anybody who's involved in going to the island will be getting a subpoena. So we're going to see more of this. This is just the drop of the files is not the end of it. What like when she was talking about in the beginning about social media censoring us and everything like that, I'm not going to hold Bongino accountable for the Justice Department itself not prosecuting. Because Pam Bondi has all the information from the FBI that shows that conservative creators were being censored for the last 4 years. They have all this information from Tulsi Gabbard as well as Ed Cash Patel too. She's not doing anything about it. That's on her. She's the one who executes the laws and actually puts these indictments together. Bongino just gives them the information for referral with their investigations that they have. They have all that information. So I appreciate the job that he did. I think him and Cash did a good job taking down human trafficking rings in the United States as well as abroad. I think they did very well with that. And we're still seeing that trickle in more and more and more with the, what was it? The 734 group or whatever, like another person, a 14-year-old just got convicted arrested the other day on it. So what they're doing is working. I didn't see any any movement on human trafficking or anything like this under any administration like I'm seeing now. Like, we actually have people, I'm not even going to attribute that to Donald Trump, but I'm saying we actually see Cash Patel and Bongino were actually doing things that are going to take groups like this down and work towards getting actually having some justice for these things. So I appreciate him for what he did.
Well, we at least have one person happy with what he did. This is him in an interview, and he was talking about people getting arrested and like what his thoughts are on the Epstein stuff.
Reading through some stuff that you can only read in the office, and it just involved basically the collusion hoax, Crossfire Hurricane, as it went by, and the various other spinoffs. And when you read from the inside, Sean, when you see the details of what these just absolute animals did to President Trump, and the barriers that broke down and the guardrails, it was, I mean, I'm not shocked often, Sean. I'm really not. I'm not, again, I'm not trying to put on some faux set of armor. I'm just not shocked often. I've lived 1,000 lifetimes between the Secret Service, the NYPD, running for office, TV shows, and all this other stuff. Just reading through it and seeing it in detail for the first time all put together, you can't run a republic like this. You can't. Wow. You absolutely cannot. It was just stunning at how all these guardrails broke down at the exact same time, and nobody there, thank God there was it was and still is a long-ranging investigation into this stuff, because it's just frightening how no one thought to speak up and say, hey man, not only is this wrong, this is like demonic. This is evil stuff.
Kamal, do you think he discovered something evil? And what do you think about the job he did the past year as the FBI director?
Nora, I'm the wrong person to ask this question to. I don't give a damn about Dan or Bongino. I don't know much about bruh. I don't. Is he Puerto Rican? I don't know. What's bruh? I can't really give you an answer. I really don't know if he did a good job or not. I'm just not too in tune what's going on with bruh. So that's more of my answer. But bruh look Puerto Rican. He looked like the dude, the ex-husband of Megan Good. Y'all know Megan Good? Yeah, so y'all know.
Does, yeah.
Yeah,
he's Italian.
Oh, he's Italian. Okay.
Not white. Italian.
Okay.
He's Italian.
I mean, Bongino and
Yeah,
white
he
people.
just does.
He
He just doesn't look Italian to me. I don't know why.
It's the hairline.
The hairline is gone.
You got a hairline back.
There's a lot of Italians that are bald.
But yeah, the answer to the question, I don't know if he did a good job or not. You feel me? I will say about the Epstein files, though, man. Hey, shout out to Doc, man. They will give us a slice of that Epstein pie every once in a while. You feel me? And I wonder about, did Bill Clinton play a saxophone or not on that album?
He did. He played it for the ladies.
He sure did.
Did you see that? Like, he's willing. Like, they want to just torch it all. They're like, you're not going to lie on me, motherfucker. I'm coming to Washington, D.C. now, and we're airing it all out. He, now that his wife knows he was there, he don't care.
Well, you're not the only one in the chat, Kamal, that doesn't know who he is. I'll tell the poll results so far. 45% said that they are happy, or that they're disappointed with Dan Bongino. So they're not happy. They don't like Dan Bongino. 35% said no, they're not disappointed. And 20% said, who is that? So as I stated, he is the deputy director. This is the before and after, and I'm going to let Kimberly go next, of what he said he was going to do versus now.
Listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that
Did it freeze or is it just me?
Oh God, I thought it was just me.
No, I don't know what happened to it. But basically, that was just 2023. As you can see now, he's saying a totally different thing. What's your thoughts, Kimberly?
I think I've seen similar videos like that. Yeah, he's being inconsistent. He's being unprincipled. And so we know a lot about the child pedo, sex ring, cult, trafficking. We know about that, even if it did pass the statute of limitations. I think for the most part, we fail to really address what the real issues here, which is like the connections to Mossad, the connections to the CIA, them running rampant, going through a lot of different countries, a lot of which are our friends, doing just whatever the fuck they want. I think that's not past the statute of limitation because they still do that. And Jeffrey Epstein is only one of many, many Mossad CIA agents who run blackmail, pedophile cult rings like this. So I think it is important to air it all out. And I think it is important to hold everyone accountable, even if it's just in the court of public opinion, starting with my friend, my homie, Bill Clinton, and a lot of other people. It was really horrible what they did. And yeah, I mean, he sold out and he's going to come back and he's going to try to be hard and save face and all that. But he's really coming back, but he probably lost a lot of money, which is what I think he alluded to, that, and his relationship was hurting, which is, sad. But yeah, he was not consistent or principled at all, Mr. Dan Bongino.
Well, I mean, he was.
Can I tell you something about the fouls? Do y'all know that they said that Russell Wilson might be in them fouls?
What's a foul? Or what are you talking about?
The Epstein fouls.
Oh, files. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
There's so many people in it. Tony Hawk got named. Eminem got named. Russell Wilson got named. Bro, there's so many people.
Well, a lot of people were being named, but like in like they weren't like involved. Like, for example, I saw on the news channel that I watched that they name dropped, and there's an email with Norm Finkelstein, and he was one of the very few emails that you see out there where he was replying to, I believe, Alan Dershowitz, and he's talking shit about Jeffrey Epstein, and he CC'd Jeffrey Epstein. He said, you should not be associating yourself with people like Jeffrey Epstein. And he said this back in like 2015. So shout out to Norm Finkelstein, one of the very few heroes in those email files that has come out.
Joe Biden wasn't in there. Obama wasn't in there.
There were no Somalis in there either. Just
Obama hung out with Diddy. That's all I gotta say.
The lyrics center didn't teach him how to use email.
Was being
Okay.
pulled in the black side for Diddy, because to your point, like
Obama was named. Obama was named. Kathy Rumler, his White House counsel, was talking to Epstein. But
like, it's crazy to me that Joe Biden sniffing a girl's hair is like, oh, this guy's a
that is fucking gross.
But with
it's
Trump, it's a whole piece of paper saying Trump literally attacked minors and all type of stuff. But now it's blinders on. Like,
no. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence of it? Because the FBI under Joe Biden investigated all those tips and they found no wrongdoing.
Showering with your 13-year-old daughter is pretty fucking gross. Also, NAFTA, bankruptcy, crime bill, every war you've ever heard of. I think that's much worse.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also, and didn't Biden's written a few of his own autobiography or ghostwriters or whatever, and in one of his books that he's had out, he talked about how he liked being in a pool and he liked when the little kids played with his leg hair in the pool. Now that's fucking crazy. Excuse my French. That's crazy to say out loud.
Yeah,
to say that you enjoyed being in a pool and you loved when the little kids played with your leg hairs under the water in a pool. My God.
He's fucking gross, yeah.
Just because he doesn't have written sworn statements that we know of, doesn't mean that he isn't guilty.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird thing to say out loud.
Yeah, he also eulogized Strom Thurmond.
And Robert Byrd.
So gross.
Oh, somebody in the chat says I don't season my food. I guess they like Biden.
Yeah, that's white people shit.
I guess they must like Biden. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry for telling the truth.
They said there's pictures of Obama at the parties, Gray.
Okay, so let's say Obama in there too. Are y'all gonna admit Trump is in there? Oh, Obama's in.
Trump is in there more than anyone else.
For sure.
Okay.
He's in there more
Here's
than
the thing.
anyone else.
Here's the thing. I've been saying it from the beginning, and I've stayed consistent on this entire topic. Donald Trump is in there. There's no incriminating evidence on Donald Trump in the files. There is not a stitch. You have his name mentioned 38,000 times, and you have tip sheets that came out in 2020, 3 months before the election in 2020. That's when they were given to the FBI.
Okay, so like I agree that the whole Russiagate thing, just gonna start with that, was like a hoax, right? The whole Steele dossier was fabricated.
Yeah, it was proven that it was.
Okay, right. So with that being said, they should release all of the documents. There's credible evidence leading to the fact that Donald Trump, through Mar-a-Lago, was grooming and recruiting girls through Ghislaine Maxwell for the Epstein, and they were well aware. Also, his wife mysteriously died. I'm sure she knew something. Then he like buried her in one of his like golf courses for the tax write-off. This is not a good man. He's honestly worse than Biden and Obama and Bush put together. Go ahead.
No.
Can I say something?
By far.
So I was watching I love, if you guys aren't following, obviously follow us here. But if you're not following Sean Ryan, I suggest everybody go follow Sean Ryan because I love Sean Ryan. He has some of the most interesting people on there. But I was watching one of his new episodes, and they were talking about the releasing of the files and how long it actually takes to go through and redact all of these names and do all of these things. So people keep acting like the files can be released tomorrow. They can't. We are talking about millions of pieces of paper that have to be hand redacted on a computer. And we already saw the debacle where they tried to release a bunch and a lot of those redactions got messed up. So allegedly in New York City, they have like multiple teams of federal lawyers working on these redactions to try to release more. So I do think that people need to be realistic when it comes to these redactions and releasing these files because they're, you know how many hours, literal man hours and AI hours?
I've been to trial and it is cumbersome.
It's tedious.
But they're also like picking and choosing what they want to release.
No,
first.
they've released everything except for 3,500 files. There's 3,500 files that not have been released, and they said the only ones that are not going to be released are ones that are things that are people that are still under investigation.
There are reports that claim that they're not even half the files that they have because there's other files.
This agent just said there's like 400 terabytes worth, and we're talking about millions of pieces of paper. So what the government is telling us is not the truth. Like these people have spent the last 20 plus years since the 80s investigating this. The CIA, the FBI, they have the dossiers there. I mean, they have all of this stuff. However, it is tedious work, as you were saying, to go through and redact all of the proper information to protect victims. So, I mean, people do have to have a little bit of patience while we properly do this. So at least the victims can be protected because it's not, you know what I mean?
Gray, I can tell you have something to say. I'm going to play this clip for you. I'm going to let you go next. This is what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say.
I think people are realizing it was all a lie. It was a big lie for the people. What MAGA is really serving is, in this administration, who they're serving is their big donors, the big donors that donated all the money and continue to donate to the president's PACs and donate to the 250th anniversary and are donating to the big ballroom. And if they're donating to all these things, those are the people that get the special favors, they get the government contracts, they get the pardons, or somebody they love or one of their friends gets a pardon. And it's the foreign countries that are running the show here. It's the major big corporations and what is best for the world. That's really what MAGA is. That's the results. That's what we're seeing after one full year of MAGA. It's kind of like the Scooby-Doo meme where, you know, they pull the mask off the bad guy. Well, the mask is being pulled off, and Make America Great Again isn't really about America or the American people. It's not about the American people.
So, Gray, what do you think about what she said? Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think that's the saddest part about MAGA is that the people who are supporting it are the people that's getting hurt the worst. Rural voters, Trump's base, they're not getting the right stuff with the economy or things in their communities. That's the saddest part with, I feel like, aligning with people who are based on income. Because I understand that businesses have to run, they need money to do research and development. Yes, we have to protect these corporations. But when people try and just say, we're going to do this because of cultural beliefs, and then they're getting their back pocket, the money cut out, it's kind of sad that, that this is the way the government's run.
Well, that was pretty deep. And speaking of the way the government's run, this is what Kash Patel had to say about the Epstein files. This is the last clip before we move on.
Files, the last tranche, we're told, put out. Looking back since the beginning, and you've been a part of talking about this, and DOJ has obviously produced these elements. Do you have regrets about how it's been handled?
Look, like any other hot topic issue, the American public and the world had a great interest in this. And what we did under President Trump's leadership is produce the most transparent DOJ and FBI in history. 3 other administrations had the opportunity to do this, and we produced everything we legally and lawfully could. We worked with our partners in Congress, we followed the statutes and the court orders, and we produced, 3 million some pages. So I think we got to the result in the right way. Could we have gotten there faster? I'm not really sure because of numerous court cases, multiple protective orders, multiple court sealings. And so now we've produced everything we can while protecting victims' rights and families.
So, Kim, you seem kind of fiery about the Epstein files. Do you think that he released everything?
No, of course not. They're lying. That's what their job is. Their job is to cover for my homie Donald Trump. I will shut up to Skeptic. She probably doesn't like what I said about Jasmine Crockett earlier, but she has been doing some really funny, witty videos on Jeffrey Epstein, which I really appreciate. Her content is, well, with regards to the Jeffrey Epstein, shout out to her. Okay, she's solid on that. And yeah, I agree. No, he's full of shit. He is so full of shit. Someone get him, what are those medicines that help you shit? I never have that problem, so I wouldn't know. What are they called? Laxatives. There you go. Get him some.
Or Taco Bell.
There you go. One of those. He's completely full of shit. From his ass crack all the way up to his throat. And he needs to let it out. Also, I will say, I saw this clip the other day of, oh my God, I fucking hate Gavin Newsom. He was talking about knee pads. And he's selling knee pads, as to try to, joke about people sucking Donald Trump's dick. And I think
it's Kamala Harris's thing.
I would like that joke so much better if it was somebody I liked because he's just so awkward. There's a disconnect between whoever runs his social media, who's funny, and him because he's such a fucking weirdo. But yeah, I agree. It was Kamala Harris's. That's her specialty.
Damn. Well, we
Kamala, not to be confused with Kamala.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus. They both from the same state. But anyways, we're gonna switch gears. What happened to Savannah Guthrie's mom? Kim sent me some clips. This is from the Daily Mail. The conspiracies are wild with this one. They just so wild. Poor lady. I really do feel for her. In this first clip, it talks about that she was selected potentially. Let's watch. Okay, so pretty much the conspiracies, like I said, guys, they're pretty wild. They're trying to say that she was selected. Then another conspiracy is that this has to do with the Epstein files. Kim, what's your thoughts on everything with this?
Well, I don't know about that. That's why I sent it to you to ask, because apparently there's an Epstein connection through her daughter, who's the news reporter, right? That's why I sent it to you. I was like, man, it's freaking going
Enzo,
crazy.
I know you feel like me. Are you sick of the Epstein shit? I mean, this is getting pretty out of fucking control. I'm sorry.
This is my whole take on the Epstein shit. The Epstein shit is the new Bush did 9/11. Everything that goes wrong, the Epstein files. That's what it is. We blame everything on the Epstein files now. Bro's been dead for 7 years. We still talking about him.
I think that's a cop out. I think it's very important that we learn everything about the depth of and seriousness of whatever happened, everything that happened with Jeffrey Epstein, not just the pedophile sex shit, but also the buying politicians off, the corrupt states, the CIA, the Mossad, all the connections through all the different countries that they had.
Agreed.
Like washing
I've
money.
been saying that. I've been saying that for the longest time. But when we're only talking about Donald Trump and the Epstein files, that's where I'm like, we need to fucking shut the fuck up. That's what I mean. Just stop talking about it. Because there is so much more depth to it. I said it from the beginning. I want to know how he went from a school teacher to the owner of Victoria's Secret, giving him a house and him becoming one of the greatest or one of the largest hedge fund owner or managers in the world, having friends with royalty and presidents of countries. Trust me, that I want to know that myself. Like, I could say, yo, him and Donald Trump, sure, because they're both from New York and Palm Beach County. That's how they met. But Enzo's mentioned the Epstein files?
Probably, honestly. Probably. I believe it.
At this point,
So that's why I saw that. I saw that video that was trying to make the connection between the daughter and the Epstein files, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But
this is why it's the new Bush did 9/11.
And then I saw another, I mean, it's not out of the possibility of the realm of possibility, and I saw another video that they're trying to blame the son-in-law or the lady's brother-in-law, the sister's husband.
The sister's husband. I'm going to play the clip now.
Yeah.
This is getting wild. I'm sorry. It's just like the same thing with when they blame a certain group of people for everything. It becomes like you can't take it seriously. But here we go.
Breaking news. They now have a prime suspect in the case of missing Savannah's mother, and it is her brother-in-law. FBI agents were seen arriving at the couple's home on Tuesday. This all took place around 2:30 p.m. local time. It is now being reported that Savannah's brother-in-law is the, quote, prime suspect in her mother's disappearance. In addition to that, his car has been seized and impounded. Furthermore, they have also confirmed that all of the cameras on Nancy's home were smashed and that whoever committed this crime had extreme knowledge of the layout of Nancy's home. 1, in order to reach the bedroom, and 2, in order to smash every camera that was known at the home. As you may recall, Savannah's older sister, Annie, was the last person to see their missing mother. The two spent the evening enjoying dinner together and playing games. Some outlets have reported that this is Annie's boyfriend, and others have reported that this is her husband. Either way, Annie and her significant other lived about 10 minutes away from Nancy's home. Thomas, who would be Nancy's son-in-law, and Savannah's brother-in-law, they have also confirmed that it was Nest cameras that they are looking into, not Ring doorbell footage. As you may recall yesterday, TMZ received a ransom note, and so did a local news station. However, many outlets are now reporting that those 2 ransom notes may have been fake. They have also determined by Nancy's pacemaker that the crime took place around 2 a.m. They've also received the DNA back that they sent out and said it is not a match to a suspect, meaning it is more than likely Nancy's DNA. At this time, they've not provided any further details.
Is that video real?
I don't think so. Mia, what's your thoughts on all of this? Did the Epstein files do it? I mean, who did it?
I mean, I told you guys, quote this. Did I not tell you it was the family? Did I not say you need to look at the will and who are the beneficiaries? Because 99.9% when it comes to crime like this, it's always the family or close family friends or whatnot. It's so rare that a random person comes in to abduct. And I'm going to be honest, it's been, 5 days, 6 days? Mom is dead. Mom is dead. 5
days since Saturday.
Mom is dead. She's dead. There's no way she's alive. An elderly lady, no medication. She could have diabetes. Her pacemaker stopped going. She's dead, period. So I don't know why they're even thinking about ransom notes. This lady is dead, and she's probably been dead for at least 3 days. Nobody kidnaps people and holds them, especially an 80-some-odd-year-old lady, and holds them for days and days and days without showing proof of life, without doing a ransom note or anything like that. This is not like a young teen girl and they're using them for nefarious reasons. This is an 80-some-odd-year-old lady who would be heavy to transport. I mean, we don't really know what kind of health condition she's in. So, and I don't know. It's the family. I don't know who in the family killed her, but somebody in the family killed her, probably for money. I don't think she's in the Epstein files, though. I will say, I don't think she's in the Epstein files.
Well, the connection is this, for those of you guys that did not watch our Tuesday night show, the connection is the fact that Savannah Guthrie's husband is in the Epstein files. He was a prominent figure in politics. He works for a consulting company that works for Democratic candidates. So he's in the files. So that's what they're connecting it to. But the other thing that came out since we last talked about this on Tuesday was Savannah Guthrie's family did put out a statement. Let's watch.
It is an unimaginable situation for the Guthrie family. Now, 5 days after their mother disappeared, Savannah just got to me where she says, "Mommy." To hear a grown woman say, "Mommy, we're all looking for you. Everybody's looking for her." There is still no suspect in this case. There is still no motive. But last night, Savannah Guthrie, her brother, and her sister posted a video, something that none of us can imagine having to do. In it, they spoke directly to their mother's possible abductors. They are pleading with them for a sign that she is alive. Yesterday, authorities searched Nancy Guthrie's home once again.
Mommy, if you are hearing this, you are a strong woman. You are God's precious daughter, Nancy.
Today's show co-host Savannah Guthrie and her siblings took to social media Wednesday night, delivering an emotional message to their mother, Nancy Guthrie, who authorities believe was abducted from her Tucson home.
Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home. We miss you.
They also issued a direct plea to whoever may be holding the 84-year-old, asking for her safe return.
We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us.
The siblings acknowledged reports of an apparent ransom letter that was sent to local news stations, and they called for proof of life.
We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
The co-host also emphasizing her mother's health needs.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer.
The family's video statement comes as law enforcement is intensifying their search for Guthrie. Wednesday evening, Pima County sheriffs and the FBI returned to Guthrie's home, putting up crime scene tape and combing the property with canines.
We pray for our sister Nancy.
While law enforcement traces every lead, the community of Tucson is holding on to hope, gathering Wednesday night to pray for the return of their beloved neighbor.
We need to come together, wrap our arms around each other, and lift each other up.
Prayers and strength mirrored in the words of Nancy's children.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again. We speak to you every moment, and we pray without ceasing. We love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
We love you, Mom. We love you.
It's heartbreaking. And the sheriff says at this hour, they still do not have a suspect or a person of.
Why did it take them so long for the canines? I'm sorry. That's my question.
Yeah. Come on, who did it?
Man, Nora, I dare you ask me after you play that sad ass shit, knowing I won't come in with some conspiracy funny shit.
Well,
God
first of all, did you look at the sister's face, Kamal? The sister, that's the woman on the end.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is, if this is real, it's sad as hell, but I don't know, it seemed a little stagey. She was like, mama, sound like the Migos and shit. You know what? You know, Mia, I gotta disagree with you. You know what? I gotta get into my conspiracy bag. I think she was on the Epstein file. All right?
Leave that poor old lady alone.
Yeah, no, she was about to tell. She was gonna say some shit. So then they sent in the brother-in-law, who miraculously is an illegal immigrant. Oh, damn, more conspiracy on your asses. And then what happened? Well, you know what happened next, okay? Nah, I don't know. I agree with you though, Mia, and I think Nora, you said it too. It's somebody that she know, and somebody in the chat said it too. Like, this happened 2 a.m. We know old folks ain't letting nobody that they don't know in the house past 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock. But no, 2 a.m. has happened. Somebody she knew, somebody she close to, you know, Epstein files or whatever. I don't know. I was just joking with that, but we do know that. I don't think
Hillary did it.
What'd you say, Enzo?
Hillary did it.
No, Hillary did it. Hey, let's throw some names out there. Shit. You feel me? But I just think that somebody closer did it. I don't think she's alive because, first of all, she's an older woman. Second of all, most people that's kidnapping people is not trying to keep people alive past a couple of days, like Mia said. So if that was staged or whatever, shame on them. But I don't know. I don't know how people grieve. I don't know how people do. I never had somebody that I love being kidnapped before. And let me knock on some wood, because I don't want that shit. You feel me? I'll tell you one thing, though. I won't be on the camera talking. I'll be looking for some shit. Saying that right now. So, yeah.
Well, the sister was the last one to see her alive. The sister dropped the mom off at the house that night at like allegedly 9:30. So the sister was the last one to see mom alive. And the sister obviously knew when mom was home.
And how old is the sister? Y'all think? Well, like 40s?
60s.
60s?
Yeah, she's
She
older
might know
than
about
Savannah.
Bitcoin. Oh, okay. Yeah, because remember the ransom note said they wanted Bitcoin, so keep that in mind.
Bald, so you know Savannah Guthrie is the Today Show host, and her mother is who's missing. She interviewed Trump. We played the clips. You can go back and watch the show from Tuesday night. She also was supposed to be a co-host for the Winter Olympics, but now she's no longer going. And yeah, the last clip, I'm gonna say this for Enzo and Gray. This has to do with the alleged connection. This is all conspiracy, allegedly, with the Epstein files. Here we go.
Savannah Guthrie interviewed Virginia Giuffre and other Epstein victims. Her mom has gone missing, and she's in the Epstein drop, the recent one. Yeah, they were watching her. She's mentioned 9 times. Savannah's interview with victims is mentioned multiple times in the Epstein files. Here we read, she's done another interview with blank. And my guess, this redacted blank over here is Virginia Giuffre, who allegedly committed suicide. Plan to air it on the Today Show and Friday's Dateline. And here is that Dateline interview with Virginia Giuffre conducted by Savannah. And Savannah's mom goes missing 2 days after these files drop. It's now being reported that Savannah Guthrie's mom's pacemaker stopped syncing with her Apple Watch. Back to the email. It says, she said the following. She said she was interviewed by FBI in 2011. By a redacted name. In the interview, she gave the names of all the girls she helped to traffic. She was also interviewed by SDNY. And 2 other women also tell DOJ that Epstein specifically trafficked them to, quote, other men. There are cameras in the NYC house and others where he could watch people in bathrooms and elsewhere. Heart goes out to Savannah. I can't imagine what she's going through. Signs of forced entry and kidnapping have been reported. A reward is being offered for info leading to an arrest. Do we think there was foul play and her mom was taken because of all her interviews that she did with Epstein victims? So it's not a coincidence that Savannah Guthrie interviewed Virginia Giuffre and other Epstein victims.
Okay, Gray, you don't believe in conspiracies. What you think?
So I pulled this up. So MAGA believes in the 2020 stolen election, the deep state, QAnon, the Great Replacement, COVID-19 origins, birtherism, Pizzagate, dead Joe Biden, Antifa being a false flag. But all of a sudden, these Epstein files are just so fake because we're picking and choosing who we want to say is guilty. We're picking and choosing who's in there. So, I mean, the information is there. I don't know what Epstein did. I don't know who's in there. I'm definitely a person that say, let's wait till the facts come out. But my critique of the MAGA movement is that if you're going to play with conspiracies, then there are going to be conspiracies that come out that you don't like that become mainstream. So if you believe in some, then the others are going to come out that you don't want to believe in. And that's my take on it. Well, I guess Nora had to go. Enzo, I guess it was your turn next.
Yeah. I love how you named like a bunch of those conspiracies because a bunch of those have come true though. Yeah.
So. I know everything. Pizzagate, Wayfairgate. I mean, John Podesta. I mean, the Bohemian Grove. I mean, everything has come true at this point in time.
I'll keep it consistent though.
Now, though?
I'll keep it consistent though with this. Because of that connection to Giuffre, I'm gonna be completely honest. And if I go missing, y'all know why. Because I'm gonna drop a name right now. Hillary fucking did it. Because the whole Giuffre thing. Come on, she didn't kill herself. I'm gonna say it straight up. She didn't. She was one of the most outspoken people about Bill Clinton. And if Bill Clinton and the Clintons didn't do it, Prince Andrew's dumbass did, because I feel like that whole family had something to do with Diana going missing. Or ended up dead. Sorry. Yeah, 100%. This is connected to the Epstein. You know what? Epstein did 9/11 at this point too. Throw that on top. Unfortunately, this elderly lady, I'm fortunate for their family. She's probably dead at this point. Yeah, like Mia said, 5 days now. I don't think that she would have made it past 1 with all that. But yeah, I want a full investigation into that because I want to know. I like to be right about things, and if this is somehow connected to that, I want to see that.
Well, to be clear, we're not saying we don't believe in the FC. We're saying that this is holding the country hostage from things being done in past. And like, I'm sorry this happened, but at the same time, it's like, so are we not supposed to get bills for healthcare? Are we not supposed to move the country forward? Like, they are literally spending hundreds of hours talking about this in Congress.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
You guys say that the guy that's wearing a dress is a threat to children, right? The guy that just wears a dress and puts
a threat to our culture, correct?
Yeah. So Ted Cruz yesterday is on to the stand saying, "Let's stop attacking pedophiles." You guys said that was the worst.
No, he slipped up. He slipped up just like Tim Walz did. I gave grace to Tim Walz when he said, "I became for friends of school shooters." Ted Cruz did the exact same thing.
So what I'm saying is this. What the right said they stood for was protecting children. That was the whole thing. So then now it's like, because someone they like is being implicated, now it's like we don't want to participate in this. So go ahead.
I have a question. So now you guys care about children. Do you know what Donald Trump has done for the border? Do you know the sex trafficking rings that they've shut down? Yeah. Seriously, you guys don't acknowledge any of that.
Where's the 300,000 kids? Oh, wait. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino found 20,000 of them.
I like to protect
Still waiting
children.
for Joe Biden to tell us where the rest of them are at.
Protect children.
Well, okay, so go ahead.
I think it's one of those things where it is... I think the outrage is justified because although we may be conspiracy theorists and we are correct, and we were saying these crazy people exist and they are all over the world and they are running our country, at the same time, it feels disingenuous because we were saying this stuff 8 years ago and we were QAnon, we were crazy, we were being doxxed, people were calling our jobs, and people were losing their jobs. I mean, CPS was being called on some of these early journalists that people were mislabeling as QAnon. Come to find out, everything we said was true anyways. And we have the proof from the files that tells us. It just seems a lot of it seems wicked disingenuous because we have a group of people who said, screw you, you're crazy, that doesn't exist. There's no cannibalizing, child sacrificing, people that are sexually abusing children all over this world. They don't exist, blah, 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 blah. And then here we go, 2026, all of a sudden they exist. So like, Democrats' opinion on this is very, very tenuous and very, very disingenuous, because the consistency that when MAGA has talked about the people running the world, the pedophile rings running the world, has been extremely consistent for at least 8 years. I mean, I've been on this demon time for at least 7 years, and people were talking about it before me. Alex Jones got this information 20 years ago and had started slowly trickling it in. So we've been on this demon time. So for anybody on the left to say anything about it and act outraged is crazy work to me, because you people didn't believe this. You said we were crazy with Pizzagate. We were right. Pizzagate's directly implicated in the files. You said we were crazy with Wayfair. Come to find out, we were also, again, correct.
So if we say we believe it now, we can't say we believe it now and Trump's implicated. So let's now.
No, you only believe it now because the midterms are coming up and you want to get the Republicans out and you want to get Trump out. That's why you believe it now, because that's the only reason why y'all believe it now. But I guarantee if Gavin Newsom if Kamala Harris would have been the president, y'all would have said, I don't believe any of this.
So I agree, but I think that goes both ways, because I see a lot of my Republican friends like trying to save face and trying to excuse, and they made a lot of excuses, like when they made the whole theater of giving all those influencers a folder of information that we already had, slow rolling the release of the files, and still to this day. So I think that goes both ways. I think when you look at it from a partisan point of view, rather than just like, we need to know what's going on here. And there were some truths to Pizzagate, some truths to QAnon and all that stuff. And Alex Jones says some crazy ass shit sometimes, but I always say that he says some shit that's true. He's the one who got me into the Bohemian Grove and all that. So
Again,
I think it goes both ways.
I will say it's fair to look at it from a partisan point of view, because with what they're saying that we were the people talking about this, and they're now saying, oh, well, some of this is true. And then some of this is true with Jeffrey Epstein for sure. So, like, what you're saying is that you guys are right, and you guys are right. So, but now it's like they don't want to prosecute once they are right. Now, no one's been arrested.
You got to look at the statute of limitations. A lot of these things, unfortunately, I hate to say this, and it sounds like a cop-out, but like from a legal standpoint, I mean, you only have so many years to prosecute from the time they got the
laws. The politicians the majority of them are lawyers. We could change the laws. That's why I didn't believe this whole. I didn't believe this whole only Kamala could win because then the funds or whatever. They're all fucking lawyers. There's a fucking loophole to everything. Let's prosecute all of them.
Absolutely. I don't
We can
understand.
start with Bill Clinton. I'm fine with that. We can start with the Democrats as long as we get everybody.
Him and his wife agreed to go to Washington.
Yeah.
They
No
cameras
fan of
rolling.
Hillary.
They're like, roll the clips, baby. We're talking. So I feel like Clinton's going to do a big old show. He wants the press there, and we're going to see what they have to say.
Mm-hmm. And just to clarify, Donald Trump is implicated. So.
But I feel like it doesn't matter what side you're on. Like, if climate change is proved to be right, I feel like the right should be able to say, nah, I believe in climate change. I don't feel like you can't say you should be able to change your mind. If you're a politician, you're obviously stuck. And what I will give to Trump, he does sway from side to side. And I felt his first term, he was way more on the left, in my opinion. But so I feel like as people, we should be able to say, okay, I agree with this, but I disagree with this, even though I'm on this side.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, I see a lot of it on social media where we have so many people that are like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys are functioning because of the things they've seen in the Epstein files. It's like, baby, we told you 8 years ago. It's not my fault. You're late to the party.
I was there. I've been talking about Epstein for longer than 8 years, for a long time.
It's like, we're all functioning. I mean, unless we're going to have a real revolution, like we're going to pull some like Bolsheviks crap. I mean, I don't know what to do right now. I'm like, the rest of us have been on this demon time talking about it. So, I mean.
Yeah, I remember my first lawyer job when he first got arrested right before he unalived himself. I was talking about it with my lawyer friends, and both of them are like really conservative, veteran Republicans. And when he unalived himself, I was like, holy shit, the Clintons killed him. And that was in what year was that? 2016? What year did he unalive himself? That was a long time ago. But yeah, I've been talking about Jeffrey Epstein for a long time.
Well, This was a good talk, guys. You know, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna start doing closing thoughts. Mia, what's your closing thoughts?
I would say my closing thoughts are and I just learned this today. So in 1951, the United States Pact passed an Invention Secrecy Act, which means that the United States basically takes inventions from the people and makes them top secret. So we could have all been net zero. Basically, our lives could have been completely changed and we could be living way better, but the government refuses to let us. So keep that in mind. When crazy shit happens, it's the government that wants all of this stuff to happen because they could have changed the trajectory of where this country is going. And there are over 600 invention patents that the government has labeled as top secret, such as cars that can drive through water. Just saying. If whatever's wrong in this world, it's our country's fault.
Damn, not the country's fault. Kimberly, what's your closing thoughts?
I hope you all would join me in enjoying the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm pretty sure it will be great. There have been some leaks. Apparently, Drake might show up. I think you guys will be really surprised. Although I don't think there's anything wrong with artistically showing your sexuality and cross-dressing or whatever have you. I think we can biblically affirm our LGBTQ friends and whatever artists want to do. I don't think Bad Bunny will wear a dress, and I don't think he's going to kiss anybody that's not a woman or anybody on stage. So I think we will really enjoy it. We can hold hands and kumbaya and enjoy the music and shake our asses because he has really, really good music. And I think you guys will enjoy it, even if you don't understand what most of it is, honestly. Hey. Bad Bunny is the shit. He has some great freaking music. I think you guys are going to like it, but yeah. Thanks. It was a good show.
Well,
Nora, please watch it. You'll love it. If you guys want, I'll go live during the halftime and I'll translate the words for you while I shake my ass. I will gladly do it. If you guys want,
we might need to do that. I don't have a girlfriend, a Puerto Rican girlfriend to translate for me, like some people do.
Who has a Puerto Rican girlfriend?
The world. Anybody that has a Spanish girlfriend. I don't have that, so I don't have anyone to translate for me. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts?
So my closing thoughts were this was a good episode. Mr. Epstein, this is all just a big distraction of everything that is going on in the world. That is everything that is going on in the country. Because we've been talking about the Epstein files for God knows how long, installing the government, but we're missing the key things that are going on. We keep talking about immigration and everything like that. A couple hours ago, they swept right under the rug. I can't even find any news talking about it. Trump appointing 33 immigration judges to speed up deportations as well as intake for people to come into this country. Things that we missed also is this whole Iran situation going on. From the looks of it, you have Marco Rubio urging 30 minutes ago all Americans to seek shelter or to get out of the country as quick as possible. Again, this is all just a big distraction of the real things that are going on. You have the Epstein files. Nobody's talking about the SAVE Act that's going to the floor next week in the Senate to require voter IDs for people in this country. Again, just big distractions from bigger things that are going on that are going to shape the United States in one way or another. This is why I'm saying from the beginning, it's pointless to even talk about this until we start seeing cuffs to butts. Pam Bondi needs to step the fuck down and start prosecuting people if that's such a big issue with the Epstein files. If we're going to keep talking about it, Pam Bondi needs to fucking go. Congress needs to get to work, enact some laws to actually lock the people up that are implicated in this. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing about it until that happens. That's my whole entire thoughts on the Epstein files. We need to be focusing on the real issues that are going on. With that being said, everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, we might have an Iran week next week, and so I see what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. Kamal, what's your closing thought? Oh, sorry, and so you had something else to say?
Yeah, we were talking about the other day. I know they have the talks tomorrow, apparently, with Iran. From what I'm hearing from people that we're all talking about, it's all speculative. that the talks are just performative, that they're going to do something regardless. Because listen, it's Donald Trump. He's not going to put 2 strike groups off the coast of fucking Iran if they're not going to do anything, like how
I
he did
agree.
in
Something's
Venezuela.
about to
So
go down, especially because they're telling American citizens to get out.
it's going to happen. So it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah. Kamal, what's your closing thoughts?
Man, that's probably why the stock market getting his ass whooped today. He's gonna get his ass whooped next week too. Y'all heard the info. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard what Enzo said. Y'all better look out. Might be a buy opportunity in the stock market. Anyway, shout out to everybody on the panel. This was a great show today. Very informative. Shout out to the new party. Y'all go sub to the new party. Hit the notification bell when they go live. So y'all be notified. If y'all want to come over my end, Kamal Johnson Network on YouTube. Hit your bro with a sub, a like, and a share. I'm gonna talk about the Epstein files first. I'm tired of that shit too. God damn, man. I'm so tired of these Epstein files things. You feel me? But I think, and I do have my conspiracy kufi on. I think Guntourist Savannah, whatever her name, her mom was on the Epstein list. And they sent the illegal immigrant to Merker. That's, if we're gonna go all the way wacky, I'm gonna go all the way wacky then. All right. Everybody on that damn list. Obama allegedly, Russell Wilson was rapping with Jay-Z. Bill Clinton was playing the saxophone next to Donald Trump. You had Hillary Clinton over there like talking to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Everybody was on that island. Shit. At this point. And then to my next point, is Nicki Minaj a sellout? Yeah, but not because she wanted to go over to the MAGA side. She a sellout because she wouldn't let Michael B. Jordan make that goddamn liquor drink that bigged up her fucking lineage. She told Michael B. Jordan, you ain't Caribbean. You can't have that goddamn drink. That's when she became a sellout in the damn tether. Now, Jasmine Crockett, start talking about some policies. I'm tired. Actually, she do talk about policies. All for illegal immigrants. I'm tired of her and her Joy Reid wig collection. I'm just tired of the shit. All right? Stop using our plight to try to get something for illegal immigrants. And no, ICE is not slave patrol. What kind of dumbass shit is that? Anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all was pretty cool today. I saw somebody mention my name, but I forgot what they said in the chat. So, but I'll shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all was real good today. It was very fun, very informative. And y'all have a lovely weekend. And also everybody on the panel. Have a lovely ass weekend. And look here. I know it's Black History Month, you feel me? But I celebrate Black History all the fucking time. But yeah, I'll make it a little bit more pronounced today. Happy Black History Month. Did y'all know that a black person created the doorknob? So if it wasn't for black people, niggas wouldn't be going through doors. Actually, doors probably wouldn't exist. There you go.
To Kamal's point, make sure you hit that notification bell.
Kamal, thank you for that Black History fact. What I'm gonna say about the Epstein files is that now we're seeing what happens in the court of popular opinion, and that maybe we'll see, because people that are famous, rich, are being prosecuted based on this. Maybe we'll see people look at the justice system totally different. What I will say is that all these people do deserve their right in court, and if they're prosecuted, then they should get the consequence to the full extent. But as far as this continue to come out, we got to cover it. I mean, it's crazy. I think it's going to be even crazier if they don't release it. Then the Democrat president comes in and releases it. So, I mean, I know you guys hate it, but sorry that y'all boy was in there. Always vote.
Lord. Listen, I got Epstein fatigue. Happy Black History Month. For the rest of the month, all my closing thoughts, I'm going to give you a little known Black History fact of the day. President Donald John Quavius Trump so we can celebrate Black history. So we're going to celebrate it to the full extent, God damn it. But I got this Black history fact for our Democrats, Gray Mars, Jasmine Crockett shit. Black Americans were the most reliable Republican voting bloc in the United States for nearly 70 years. From the end of the Civil War through the early 1930s, Black voters overwhelmingly supported the Republican Party. Not out of ideology as we think of it today, but because the Republican Party was the party of Lincoln and emancipation. Republicans led the push for the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, ending slavery, granting citizenship and voting rights. During Reconstruction, over 2,000 Black men, 2,000 Black men held political office as Republicans, including U.S. senators, members of Congress, state legislators, sheriffs, majors, and judges across the South. This is the Black history they don't want to tell you about. This is why maybe Nicki Minaj has now become a Republican, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of her barbs, her fans, are doing the same. So next time you listening from the Democratic shills, I want y'all to think about that. Remember that. God bless. Good night. Stay safe. And if you're going to go shake your ass to Bad Bunny, please do it responsibly.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to Pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the New Party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.